Greetings, everyone. My name is Ama LightWorker. I am going to wait a few moments so that everyone is modified by YouTube. I don't see anybody in the chat just yet. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ama LightWorker. I do tarot readings, Akashic Records readings, face readings. I also do a type of reading called 9-Star Key, which is based on your birthday. And for further information, please visit my website, www.amalightworker.com, or email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. I see the chat going. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Let me know where is it that you are chatting from. Again, I'm not going to start right away. And you can also find my website and my email in the chat. I will also post it down here below in the show more description box. I can see Lucy. Hi, how are you? Jenny from Spain. Love One, how are you? How is everybody doing today? So, Louise from Romania, and Love One, she's chatting from Virginia, US, and Lucy from Canada. Hello, Canada. How lovely it is to chat with you right now. So I did open the Akashic Records. I do use a method that is called the Pathway Prayer method. There are different ways to open the Akashic Records, different prayers. Everyone on planet Earth is entitled to open the Akashic Records. Okay. Yes, you do have to go through some sort of a training because you need to be coached about what is appropriate and what is not appropriate in terms of accessing the Akashic Records. For example, one golden rule is that we cannot ever open another person's Akashic Records without their consent. Okay, so we also have to respect everybody's privacy. For those of you who would like to know more what the Akashic Records are, please do send me a question right here in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer to those. And if you feel that you are ready to be trained in opening the Akashic Records, I will be more than happy to train you. So do not hesitate to email me at amalightworker@gmail.com with your questions. We will be setting up like a free consultation, okay, to decide the time how we are going to do this. So if you like me to train you in doing the Akashic Records, and we can always use Zoom, Skype, Facebook Messenger. I also use WhatsApp. I know that Gmail also offers you an option to video chat as well if you have Gmail. So there are different forms for us to connect, and we can do this online. I see MB 1992. Hello from Boston, my former home. I lived there for many, many, many years. GRM. I don't know what that means. Okay. All right. Okay, so if I'm welcoming any questions, if anybody has any questions right now. And as I mentioned, I am open to any suggestions. If there is anything that you want me to do in this live free session for you today, whether do you want me to utilize this time together to do a live Akashic Records meditation, okay, or if you want me to focus on doing a reading on a specific topic. I was actually thinking of looking a little bit of the year ahead, okay, what comes up now, because March, it is a turning point. There are major planetary movements. There is a huge karmic shift happening globally, okay? Karma, it's turning its fate around to each and every one of us individually in your own personal destiny, okay, but also as groups of people. The karmic ties between a community that you associate with, a country that you belong to, a country that you live in. There are major shifts, and these major shifts are not going to be felt just yet at a major scale. But where we are headed right now, from March until the end of 2023, your life with slowly will start to change, and you are going to find yourself by the end of the year being in a completely new life. You're going to feel like a grand opportunity has been granted to you. You're going to feel differently. Many of us will even start to look differently, okay, without necessarily having to go through a procedure or exercise to change your body. So please do notice how maybe people could be commenting like, are you doing anything different because you look different? It's just a shift in energy. Okay. And another thing that it is coming up, major financial changes. You are going to be hearing two extremes here. You're going to be hearing about major companies going down financially, and you are also going to hear about a lot of brand new startup companies that recently started or that are about to start in 2023 that are going to be doing very well, very fast, very quickly. The Akashic Records also told me, they're telling me now that there's going to be an increase, a global increase in the number of companies who are going to deal with environmental issues, or they are going to consider the environmental impact that their companies have in making their decisions from now on. Another thing that we are going to be facing is major changes in your local government. It doesn't matter where in the world you live. Major changes in the local governments, and also major changes in the government that runs your country. So, whatever country you live in, and they are going to be extremes because the way how the Akashic records are presenting the situation to me, they're saying that it is now time for Earth, planet Earth, to enter a new stage where the old leaders with their old beliefs and very old points of view are one by one going to be deleted. Maybe they don't win an election. Some of them, they could be getting to the point that it's time for them to cross over because maybe they're old, or okay, so they have lived like a full life, and it feels that there's going to be many elections coming up in different countries, and the purpose is that many new leaders, whether they are young in age or whether they have new ideas, new perspectives, new methods to rule or to run the country, okay, they are going to be elected. And the generation of politicians that are coming up now, that are we are going to be seeing, okay, in the political scene between now and the next 5 years. These are major political figures that, if elected in the next 5 years, they are going to be there to stay in the political arena, whether it is keeping and maintaining the same political title or different political titles for the next 20 to 27 years. And there's going to be huge changes in how you see yourself in terms of your own willpower, how you see yourself in terms of your own self confidence, how you evaluate the role that you have as a person and the impact that you have as a person in everybody's life around you. And many of you are also going to be looking at what is that you can also give back to community, okay, whether it is by volunteering, donating your time, or focusing on what is your purpose okay, to the planet, okay, to the planet Earth right now for the greater cause. And there's going to be also many shifts where people may suddenly find themselves at some sort of a spiritual dilemma or a religious dilemma, where many could be drawn to abandon one religion and focus and follow a new religion. You could be abandoning religion altogether and focusing more on spirituality. You may also have some sort of a spiritual crisis that is going to be temporary. Everybody's meant to question right now what gives you identity. Is it your faith? Is it your race? Is it your country? Is it your socioeconomic status? Okay, is it your career? Is it family matters? So we are all going to start to examine those matters. What gives you meaning? Is it your marital status? What defies you? Is it your physical characteristics? Okay, what box do you check when you describe your stuff? And so far, has your life been feeding into a certain category? Okay, check, I achieved that. Check, I achieved that. This happened, I didn't ask for it. So there's going to be a major shift internally in regards to these matters. Do not be surprised if you hear people around talking about you in a way that you're least expecting, okay? And in a good way. I'm not talking about people gossiping or bad mouthing, but you may be very surprised by how much other people value you, maybe at work, maybe in family, maybe in friendship matters, maybe in relationships. It's going to come to you through the greater vine. And it may take you by surprise because maybe you don't think that you are so valued, so appreciated, or maybe you thought that people forgot about you, or maybe you don't think that you are as loved as you are. A lot of us who happen to have issues around abandonment or being cast aside, you are going to choose a different way to address these issues because you are turning the leaf to another chapter in your life. Okay. So karma has a way to reset every couple of years, and there's going to be this huge shift between that space where emotionally maybe you felt abandoned and where you are now, because one by one you are going to have everything that you need to find yourself emotionally supported, spiritually supported, financially supported, or support in other ways. Always check in with yourself, because what you thought that you wanted to focus a couple of months ago or a couple of years ago, what you thought that you wanted to achieve in life may not necessarily be the one that is going to give you the greater success or the greater happiness. Your goals may be changing, okay? You could be going in a completely a different direction now. So our job is to be a little bit more open to different surprises coming our way. We may also have to address certain matters immediately, so matters that are going to require our attention immediately. For some of us, these are going to be emergency situations. For some of us, it's going to be that we need to think quick and be very fast in our feet. And whatever is happening now, you can perfectly resolve it, you can perfectly do it, you can perfectly overcome it. Okay? If you have been dealing with situations that have been dragging you along, they're not moving fast enough. Or if you are dealing with a process that is so slow, it's like slowing your life, okay? It feels like now is going to speed up. For some of you, it could be that maybe you are waiting your turn for some sort of an application and is still in process, and maybe your due date or whatever date is in a year or in 2 years, that process is going to start to speed up. It could be that you are still waiting for an interview in some sort of an embassy to get a visa, or in an embassy to get visa documents that maybe would allow you to live abroad legally. For some of you, you may be dealing with matters of citizenship, like renewing a passport, and matters of legalizations, and matters of immigration. And I'm also getting the sense that if you have been dealing, or you may find yourself dealing with a situation that feels so complicated. You know, when you have a chain and it's all twisted up, okay? And now it feels like one by one each layer is being untangled, okay, because the Akashic records are using words like untanglement, okay, and they're also talking about major technological breakthroughs, major scientific breakthroughs. In the field of medicine, many people, beginning from now until the end of the year, they're going to publish and they're going to announce major breakthrough in medical related research, health related research, pharmaceutical related research. Okay, and there's going to be major discoveries as well. And they are also talking about a new technology that is going to be avant-garde and is going to make the possibility of these discoveries, scientific discoveries, very much possible. There's going to be something going on in the US, and it feels that for right now there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And they're talking about the presidential cabinet, so the president and his cabinet. And they're talking about how tense things are behind the door because they're dealing with information that is secret, that is not going to be public, known to us for a long time. And I'm also getting information about some breach of information that could be from government to government. Okay, a breach of information, a leaking information, and because they're showing me also different news channels around the world, and there could be talks about some sort of a mall or some sort of a good cop turned bad cop, or secret agents. Okay, and it feels that there's going to be a relation or a correlation of this happening in US. Again, we're not going to know about it now. Okay, it could be a long time for this information to become public. Okay, it may also take years from now, but there's going to be also other governments, other countries around the world facing similar issues, a leak in their data, computeric data. Okay, hackers. So a breach of information. So somehow secret information gets out. And um, and they're also talking about archangels. They're talking about how many more people are now starting to look at connecting the dots and understanding how we are all connected. One thing's happening in one country, it affects another country until it affects you personally. They're also talking about how spiritually each and every one of us, we have a soul, and each and every soul is connected. Okay, we are a part of a whole, and now we are going to start to feel that we are ready to take more charge of our destiny. Okay, to open up our minds and our hearts to comprehend more, not only the small picture, your own personal situations, but also the bigger picture, because they are talking about more and more people who are willing to, at the very least, explore important questions. What is spirituality? What is this God? What is this other God, goddess? What are other religions? What are they all saying? Okay, and they are also talking about important public figures that are going to be featured as going through some sort of a scandal. And they are also talking about certain public figures. These could be personalities in politics, personalities in social media, personalities in the world of arts and cinema. Okay, or even famous scientists that maybe some of them have now passed away, but maybe there's something in their life that was kept secret and now is going to be made public. But there is again another cycle of major secrets and major scandals being revealed. And when the truth comes out, a lot of people will feel very, very relieved. And another thing that I keep hearing is that there are going to be attempts to kill, eliminate, assassinate certain political figures or even leaders of governments. They are not specifying where exactly, and again, just because there is an attempt, so attempt means that it's not going to actually happen, okay? Or they're not going to be successful, in other words, but we are not going to know about it until much later on for the safety of the person. So it feels like certain major political figures are on the target, and they're also talking about people with a lot of money, millionaires, who have the power to influence politicians. Okay? And I'm not necessarily talking about corruption, not necessarily talking about only corruption. So there's something going on right now because they're talking about secret meetings with world leaders and secret meetings between religious figures, okay, and religious leaders. Many people are going to be prepared because we are going to have issues with the environment, whether it is rain, whether it is a drought, whether it is earthquakes in different areas of the planet. They're not going to be at a major scale because a couple of months ago or a couple of years ago, they were at a major scale. Recently, there was a major earthquake in Syria and Turkey. So it feels like that faulty line. Okay. So the earthquake line, the line that runs under the ground, it's still active. So it's going to act up again. So this is what I'm getting from the Akashic records. And a lot more people are going to learn how to manifest. Many of us are going, this is a karmic year 2023. People you encounter, if you happen to get a new job, if you happen to move, everything is meant to be. Everything is meant to have a major impact in your life. Friendships, situations. And these are the type of situations that are meant to influence us for many years. And these are the type of situations that need to happen. Okay, maybe you don't plan them, change finds you, but certain changes are meant to happen because these changes are going to help us to feel that the rest of our lives for the next 20 to 27 years is going to feel steady and grounded. You may end up having a career for that long, for the next 20 to 27 years, or like a good steady life. And I'm also shown from the Akashic Records how you may discover certain talents. Okay, you are going to be given some sort of an opportunity to love again, something that you did earlier in life, and maybe you did not enjoy it as much, and suddenly you are going to rediscover the love for it, the passion for it. You're going to be in a space where you now this time around you enjoy it, because I'm also showing people having like a day job, and more people are going to utilize their free time to get a hobby or to develop a passion or a talent. They are showing me like people trying like reading and doing maybe theater, young actors, or maybe doing some acting on the side. They're showing me new ways that are connected to food, how food is grown, how food is processed, how food is cooked. Because again, they're talking about technology, major technological discoveries that are going to facilitate a lot of ways around the food, so that the food is more available to countries who don't have a lot of food, and that is healthier. They're talking about healthier ways around growing food and cooking food in much more healthier ways. So I'm going to go over the comments a little bit. I can see Moon Directed. Naturally healthy and well. How are you, Moon? Direct abstract wellness. Oh, thank you. I love these earrings too. I love feathers. Thank you for noticing my earrings, and please do contact me. Yes, Love Spirit 888. How are you, Radi Tavares? How are you? Okay, Amelia Chadwick. Hello, how are you, Amelia? Yes, so I will be working for the time being at a one-to-one basis. So if you want me to teach you the Akashic records, okay, I'm going to put a program together just to train you personally, unless I have somebody else who would like to train with you. But for now, I was thinking of doing that at an individual basis. So please do email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. Amelia Chadwick. I would love to teach you about it. Chaya Naik, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. Mary Katie, you also feel that the shift is happening on the planet and personally, so I'm just paraphrasing here. Oh, yeah, the white feather earrings with a little bit of orange. Look at that. Okay. It is the shift. So the last 3 years were meant to prepare us for this shift right now. And this is going to be a positive shift. Okay. Your mindset will be changing. Many things need to change so that us as human beings start to feel more connected with one another. And didn't we feel more connected during the pandemic? Everyone was turning around to help everybody else, countries helping one another. So even and technology brought us all together through Zoom, through Skype, through the internet. Okay, and also it also highlighted where the problems were with finances, where the problems were with people's mentalities, how they felt about the pandemic. There were a lot of people in denial about it. A lot of people had like a mental health crisis, and that is still going on. So it also discovered, or it unveiled, our weak points as human beings, our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities. It is now time for a new world order where the old mentality is out and new mentality is in. Okay, so this energy will allow new leaders with new ideas, more advanced ideas, to bring forth the new generation. Okay, and yes, there are going to be problems, of course, because when new ideas are presented, usually at first people resist them because they are used to, they are so comfortable with their old ideas. Okay, so we are going to learn how to break free from those ideas, those point of view that are keeping us trapped, and maybe we are not even aware. Okay, that we are trapped in our own perspective, in our own ideas, in our own mentality. Love Spirit 888. Please do let me know if you like me to train you in the Akashic Records. Let's get in touch and let's make this happen. Adolfina Muleba from Pretoria in South Africa. How are you? So pretty much this is what I had so far. Again, guys, please chat with me. Do you have any ideas? Do you want me to do like a brief meditation? If you happen to do meditations with me before, okay, either the recorded ones on this YouTube channel or live ones, let me know how your experience was. And please do understand that through the Akashic Records, you can also do healings. So you can either request an Akashic Records reading, or you may request an Akashic Records healing. And healing is a very different process from the Akashic reading. If you are requesting Akashic Records healing, you kind of need to prepare something before the session. For an Akashic Records reading, you don't need to prepare. Okay. For a healing, you may want to write down, why do you feel that you need a healing? What is going on in your life right now? You so you're not meant to email me that. You're just going to write a handwritten copy to yourself with as many details as you can. During the session, I will ask you to read your notes and we are going to take it from there. The Akashic Records are going to listen to you. The Akashic Records are going to determine where is the root cause, because to heal something, we need to address the root cause of it. The Akashic Records may determine your root cause, and they may tell you, for example, the root cause is astrological, is environmental, is circumstantial, is karmic, it has to deal with the ancestral line of the family, is energetic. Okay, so it could be like a variety of reasons, and based on where the root cause is, then I will start another procedure, okay, connected to that. Now, what do we mean by healing? Healing with the Akashic Records doesn't mean that you're sick, you have an illness, and in 24 hours you are cured. We are talking about healing something in the ether, and the healing will continue for the next 24 hours after the session is over, so that you don't have that issue anymore and you don't pass it on to the next generation and to everyone with whom you are connected through your DNA. Because through your DNA you are connected to a lot of people on planet Earth, and they could be, you could be like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth cousins with them. So this way, one person does the healing and everybody else in your DNA line who is affected by it, because you have people in your DNA line that are not affected by it. So they are going to receive some healing as well. So it doesn't get passed on to the next generation. Oh, abstract wellness, please. You would be perfect. Okay. I know you through sessions that we have together, and you are a natural. Okay. So I see you right now doing Akashic Records for people. So please, yeah, contact me so we can set something up. Moon Directed Tarot. Oh, thank you so much for your reviews. She's saying, am I so accurate in the Akashic readings? I had 3 on point every time. Thank you very much, Moon Directed Tarot. There are other information that the Akashic Records are volunteering to me right now, because they're talking about different planets and how there are certain information that not every astrologer knows. Okay, so if there is an astrologer in the chat right now, please let me know. I'm not sure whether Moon Directed Tarot is an astrologer as well. Do let me know. And if you're not an astrologer, you may eventually train to be, because I see you combining both. Okay. Moon Directed Tarot. I think you changed your name, right? You must have changed your name. Okay. Okay. Oh, Janelle and Levy, how is your little boy? He's probably grown up by now. Okay. Amelia Chadwick. I do see you being able to open the records. Again, it is your birth given right. Okay. And I see you that you are going to continue to the next level. So you are going to be working with the Akashic records because they have levels, level 1 and level 2. Okay. And I do see you moving up the scale and being an advanced practitioner. And I also see you like doing healings as well with the Akashic records. They're not going to happen close to one another, the first training and the second training. There's going to be quite some time between trainings, but it feels like you are going to love healing with the Akashic records. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we had the Healing and the Prosperity program. It is a 5-week program that focusing on prosperity, finances, and money. Oh yeah, Moonlit Waters, of course, yeah. Moon Directed Tarot. Yeah, your name used to be Moonlit Waters for about 2 years. It's very interesting, Moon Directed Tarot. And again, nobody's asking me anything, but the Akashic Records are volunteering this information. Have you considered putting something together where you combine nutrition and astrological guidelines? I know that in this channel, I made a few videos about nutrition and each zodiac sign. Okay, I actually see you doing something else when you talk about what is the best time in astrology to start a diet or to heal through food, because it's not always about being on a diet. Some people actually need to gain weight and not lose weight. So it feels like, oh, you are already doing that, Moon Directed Tarot. How interesting. Oh, so you are working on that program. You haven't launched it yet, or different methods, whatever you use. Okay, so that is interesting. You just confirmed instantly what the Akashic Records were telling me. And if you need more help with that, feel free to contact me for a private reading. Okay, a private session, so the Akashic Records can give you more directions, more knowledge about it, so they can help you. Okay, so and so it's going to be a little bit like astrology and health. Okay, but you're going to add something else in nutrition as well, based on your nutrition training that you have. Yeah, so you are working with the cycles of the moon. So in 2023, Moon Directed Tarot and everybody else who is listening, it's very interesting because the Akashic Records told me that we need to work with the new moon. In the previous years, the power of the each full moon was very, very powerful, and also the eclipses, because eclipses are full moons. But this year, okay, they told me that new moons are going to be more powerful. So focus on that as well if that helps you. Okay. Amelia Chadwick, I want spirit to connect me to you. See me connecting with spirits. But the way how this has been described to me, Amelia, they're saying that you are already connected to spirits. You just don't know it. Okay, you just don't realize that you are doing that. So do contact me for a private session or a private consultation, so we can talk more about it, and also about setting up your courses, your training for the Akashic records. Oh, Moon Directed Tarot, you already have me on your to do list. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, because for you, Moon Directed Tarot, I see you figuring out a piece of technology that enables you to do like a PDF form, and it's interactive, and you can either send it to the client who's coming for a reading, or you can use it as part of certain courses that eventually you will be putting together, because you will be publishing something, and it's going to be an online interactive book where you're going to utilize again astrology and nutrition and health information. That's what I have for you. Justice, empathy. Hello, Alma. Thank you, Justice, empathy. Okay, if you give him an idea, what country did you move, if that is not too private for you? Because it feels like you will feel more settled in a couple of weeks. Okay? That's what they're said. Again, settling in new country for some people it may take a full year, if not longer. For other people, it takes 3 months. But again, I don't know when you moved, how long ago it was, but they're saying give it a few more weeks and you're going to feel more settled. So it's focused on things that are more practical for you to do. Justice, empathy, and that's going to help you to feel more settled sooner rather than later. So focus on what is practical for you to do. Okay. Oh, so this is the new moon year. Yeah, I believe that even in Chinese astrology, this year was meant to be powerful. Okay, I do read it occasionally. I completely forgot it now, but there's also something in the Chinese astrology that also indicated that. Oh, thank you, Moon. Directed. Oh, you okay? Justice, empathy. You moved to from South Africa to Greece. Okay, so if you want to feel more settled, because it's a feeling, okay, it's not about did I open all the boxes and did I set up my apartment or my house. In your case, it is a matter of feeling settled internally, okay, to make you feel that you belong. It's a matter of getting to know more people. Focus on your social circles. If you already know someone there, try to reconnect with them, and you are going to end up attracting a whole new social circle, a whole new group of friends, and that's what's going to help you to feel connected, okay, so that you can feel more settled. Anything that makes you feel connected, whether it is a walk by the beach, eating good delicious Greek food, and Greece is next door to my country, we are neighbors. It could be a tiny little thing that makes you connected, and that's what's going to help you. Juicy J, yeah, in Chinese astrology this is the year of the rabbit. Okay. Love one. So grief takes a different amount of time for different people. I am not talking from the Akashic Records point of view. I'm talking from my own experience, and I am still in the process of healing. There is no set answer for that. It's not like it takes a week to get over the flu. Okay, unfortunately, it is what it is. The important thing is that we all heal from loss. Okay, it is an individual thing, so trust that you are healing as we speak, no matter how much time is going to take. And I'm also talking from my own experience here. At this point of my life I have lost both of my parents, and I have also lost, due to the pandemic coronavirus, I've also lost other relatives, like one by one. Okay. Blue eyes, how are you? Justice, empathy, thank you. um, Oh, good. That's nice to be part of a psychic family. I was referring to a comment from Amalia. Okay. All right. So this chat may be coming to an end. So I will be checking my email. Okay. I am on a different time zone if you don't hear from me right away. Okay. I am ahead, like I am in UTC plus one time zone, so I am many hours ahead for most people, from most people on the chat right now. Okay, and if anybody else still has questions about the Akashic Records, what it is, how does it work, I'll be more than happy to address these questions right now. So teaching questions. Again, every single soul that is on the planet, it is your birthright to access your Akashic Records. Okay, and many people probably already do. They may not be aware that they are doing that. So JB, I don't call them courses, I call them workshops or trainings, and I will be getting more information from the Akashic Records whether they want me to put people in a class, if that's possible due to the time difference between many people in different countries, or if they want me to um, or if they want me to train certain people one by one, and then for the practice session everybody's going to be practicing together, because we need other people to practice if you're learning anything new, including the Akashic records. Lucy, so the Akashic records are very different from remote viewing. Remote viewing, I am taking classes in medical mediumship. Okay, and we have to practice doing the remote viewing. It's very different from the Akashic records. With the Akashic records, you are not struggling to get information. It's like in an instant, you know. Okay, it may be shown to you like in a movie, you may be hearing a voice, or you just suddenly get this feeling, I know. Okay, so it's very different from remote viewing. You're not doing anything in the Akashic records. You are simply hearing, and you're saying word per word what you are hearing. If you get a mental picture, a mental image, you are describing that image that you get. With remote viewing, it's like you have to do some work. Okay, so you are also relying on your own self. And okay, so it's very, very different. And when you do remote viewing, at the end, you have to do another process that brings you back to yourself, into your own body, completely free and cleansed from the energy of other people. But when you do remote viewing, you're entering someone's body. Okay, so there is another procedure, a prayer, like you establish some sort of a filter to cleanse yourself. With the Akashic records, that is not the case. Thank you, Brian Kelly. How are you? Okay, if that explains everything for you, Lucy. So, love one. There are different abilities, okay, that are more predominant in some people and maybe not so dominant in other people. And for a long time, it's not like I had a name for each and every clair. So people have different clairs. Telepathy is one of them. Vision is one of them. Hearing is one of them. Some people get a feeling, okay? Okay, some people have the ability, it's like if they they to them it feels like they're smelling something bad or something nice, or suddenly out of nowhere they start to smell like a perfume, and maybe it was their grandmother's favorite perfume. Okay, because the spirit of their mother maybe is visiting them, as an example. Okay, so there are people who get feelings and there are people who get smells. I can remember on top of my head now what other clairs are there. So everybody has these clairs to certain degrees, but maybe for some people, telepathy is more emphasized, or hearing. Like hearing what they have to say is more emphasized, and there's ways to develop this through spiritual courses as well. Yeah, exactly. There are people who have the ability to see auras. Okay, to see auras, to see chakras, the different colors of the body. Okay, different chakras, but also auras that are usually here, like in a circular motion. Yes, and in medical mediumship, okay, I actually have to train in that. We have the theory part, and then we break out in breakout rooms on Zoom, and we have to train about it. Okay. Okay. There are people who can also sense the energy of a place. Okay, there's people who can sense your energy even if you are like miles away across the ocean. Okay, and again, places, a home, a land, a forest, a lake also has energy, and there are people who are very good in sensing this environmental energy as well. Yeah, I never thought I was going to be trained in medical mediumship. Many years ago, the Akashic Records mentioned that to me, that I need to train in that. And 2 years ago, I was looking online to find a teacher or a program or a course, because at that point, everybody was teaching online on Zoom. I saw someone who wrote many books and they were advertising about it everywhere, but she was extremely very, very expensive. I'm talking about $10,000 here. Okay, and the Akashic Records told me no, to stay away from her. Okay, and suddenly out of nowhere, okay, I get an email about another teacher with over 20 years of experience that was organizing a course at a much, much, much more affordable rate. And they also offered payment, so I didn't have to pay all at once. And she is wonderful. The name of the teacher is Tina Zion, and honestly, when she starts to talk and to explain stuff, to me, she feels very similar to Dolores Cannon. So okay, so it feels like the universe chose that teacher for me. Yeah, exactly. So when you see auras or colors, they happen in a split second out of nowhere. And yes, abstract wellness, yes, there is such an ability as you can sense places. Yeah, you already have a feel. You can also have a feeling even before you go to a certain place, to a certain building or a certain street. You know, people who have that clear, they don't have to be in that specific space to feel the energy of that particular space. Okay, and when it comes to remote viewing, they also call it astral projecting. Okay, and I keep hearing astral projecting from different people, and I had no idea what it was. I was doing it without being aware of it, and I keep feeling very drained. I was doing Reiki, and Reiki didn't help. So now that I'm taking medical mediumship courses, they call them medical intuitives. Okay, that's the name of it. Some people say medical mediumship is the same thing. Now that I'm training in medical intuition, now I realized that I was astral projecting without knowing, and that's why I was feeling drained, and I had to go through establishing like a cleansing filter so that I would disconnect from the energy of other people and also the energy of situations and people that were negative to me. Again, if years ago, if somebody were to explain this to me, I don't think I was going to get it because I didn't know what astral projection was. Okay, I thought people were. I called them in my mind clowns. They're like, yeah, yeah, that's possible. Okay, because again, I had no idea I was doing it myself. So it really made me aware that I was doing it and how to protect my self when I did that. Um, okay. All right. And they're telling me that as we are speaking right now, the Akashic Records there saying as we are talking right now, whether you are watching this live or whether you are watching the replay, there's a lot of viewers that there's some sort of an energetic disconnect. So they're not diagnosing anything, they're not curing or healing anything, but energetically, it feels like the right part of the brain, the right part of the body, and the left part of the brain and the left part of the body, they need to be better connected. So it feels like as we are talking, there is a little letter or there's a little number 8 here being formed to kind of to allow the energy to connect both parts of your brain, the right and the left. Um, so you have to notice that if you are smelling something nice out of nowhere and nobody else is smelling that, maybe that is your way of smelling good energy. So you have to keep notes on that and figure that out for yourself. Okay, unless what when you smell something nice is very specific. Okay, for example, now you smell roses out of nowhere, so you have to be aware, keep notes. Are you smelling something nice and it's a different smell every time, a different fragrance, because that could be meaningful on its own, or you just smell nice things out of nowhere. But again, you're just sensing good energy. You just have to notice and keep notes if there is anything more, a little bit more particular in that. And that was for just this empathy. Okay. And again, there are people who are very good in mediumship. Very, it comes naturally to them. They may not even be aware that they do that. Okay. So again, we all have different abilities. We just don't have a name for it. We don't know that we're doing it. It's not as complicated as it may sound, whether it is mediumship or a different clair. But we still need, if you do feel that you have that ability, you still need to train, because for many of these spiritual stuff, there's always a way how, like a secret prayer or something else that you do to kind of disconnect from that energy, so that your soul goes back in your body and you're not affected by the energy around you. Even if you are good in what you do, whether you are a channel or a medium, you cannot continuously 24/7 communicate with the spirit. It doesn't work that way. You are here on planet Earth to enjoy your life here. You cannot be in 24/7 in contact with spirit or dead people or energies. It's very, 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 very draining. Okay, so we do need to find a teacher or something that is going to teach us how to stop it, how to activate it, so we have some control over it. It doesn't control us. I choose when to open this, and I choose when to close this without affecting the rest of my life, or without making me feel drained. As an example, for example, if you know that you have a good voice, your compliments, and you'll enjoy singing, doesn't mean that, yeah, I have that talent, I don't need training. It's the same thing. You're going to be taking lessons with a voice coach, all right, and you're going to learn more to further develop that ability, because also a voice coach would teach you how to sing all day without making your vocal cords tired. Okay, without destroying your vocal cords. It's exactly the same thing, just like everything else. So, loved one, I'm not allowed to post that prayer. It is a secret prayer, and even when I do private sessions, there's a huge portion of it that is silent. So I have to respect those rules. And even if I do post it, if you are not trained properly, you're not going to know anything. It's not going to benefit you in any way, because you there's also a way of how to use it. Okay, it's not like I'm reading a book it's like a so again, it's not like you're reading a book and you know. No, there's a way of how to use it, so it's part of a whole training. And again, if the rule is we cannot share that prayer just like randomly unless I'm training somebody, then I have to respect that rule. Okay, because again, if I do it in that way, that is not in a controlled environment where somebody's teaching, okay, it may end up doing more harm than good. That's the whole purpose of it. So it's for your protection. Okay, so I hope that that made sense. So let me know if you guys want me to do uh, a live stream or a video on a specific topic. I am open to hear your ideas. You can post your ideas right here, right now, here on the chat or in the comment section down below. Excuse me, if you have any ideas about, if you want me to do a live stream about a topic, or if you want me to do a video about anything specific, okay? And I would love to teach you guys. Okay, I was working at some point. I think I did like a free presentation for a group of women. I offered to do that for this group of women on Zoom, and it was about the connection between emotions, different organs, and a life situation. And the entire time, nobody was talking, and I'm like, is the connection bad? Are people able to hear me or not? And a week after I did the presentation, I asked the person in charge, and I'm like, did you speak to everybody? Like, what did they say? And they said that um they were so surprised they couldn't say anything because it made so sense to each and everybody's personal situation. they couldn't react. They were like, and I was so afraid that, maybe they weren't interested, or they weren't connected. So I have like a little a PowerPoint presentation about it, and I was thinking of expanding on that, because also due to my own personal experience. Okay, each and every organ is connected to a specific energy, specific emotions, a specific way of thinking, because mind, body, and soul are connected. Um, okay, so so that was my idea, something that I could be putting together in the future. But again, I'm open to your ideas. A healing live stream. Okay, so the way how I do a healing live stream, most of the time, I do it with a meditation healing through the Akashic Records. I occasionally use a Reiki, but if I'm doing Reiki, I have to close the Akashic Records and then do Reiki, unless the Akashic Records specifically tell me to combine the two. Working with the Akashic Records, there's very, 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 very specific rules and regulations. Okay, unless the Akashic Records specifically tell me that I'm allowed to combine the two, then I have to close one process and open another one. So I'll keep that in mind. A healing live stream for next times. Okay, and that came from Cecile Kingsbury. Your name sounds so English to me. I don't know. Are you English, or do you live in England? And again, this is not coming from the Akashic Records. This is just my own personal curiosity. If you like to enter, it sounds like so English. Still Kingsbury. Okay. All right. Thank you very much again. Again, don't hesitate to contact me to have a private session with me, or a consultation about the possibility of training with the Akashic Records. And we are going to take it from there. And I can also teach energy clearing. Okay. And I did teach that in the past on Zoom meetings. Okay, it is a brief training, doesn't take much. We can do it over the course of a weekend on Zoom. If anybody's interested in energy clearing as well. Okay, so again, take a look at my website, and do let me know. Thank you very much, Moon Directlet. I can wait to chat with you. If you are to email me, love spirits. Thank you very much for following me on YouTube. Love One, Amelia, and to everybody else. I cannot mention everybody else's name specifically. Abstract Wellness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you again in the next live chat. Bye bye.